not seen the other will, the thick one, but I'm pretty damn certain I like it better. Why should I be an advocate
Keep left
for this
onto
slipshod,
I-95
last-minute,
North.
handwritten piece of crap that gives everything to an undeserving black housekeeper who probably had too much influence over the old boy? Know what I mean? Jake nodded slightly and frowned with great suspicion. After 30 minutes with this guy, he was fairly certain he didn't want to spend the next year. Replacing an executive was generally no big deal, and Jake knew he could convince the judge that this guy needed to go. Amberg glanced around again and said softly, "It makes no sense. Seth worked like a dog the last 10 years of his life to build a fortune. He took enormous risks. He got lucky. And then he dumped it all in the lap of some woman who didn't have a damn thing to do with his success. Kind of makes me sick, Mr. Lance. Sick and very suspicious. Then don't serve as executive, Mr. Amberg. I'm sure the court can find someone else for you." Jake picked up the will, creased the folds, and stuck it back into his
In
pocket.
2 3/4 miles,
But
keep
sleep.
left to I-95
There's no
North.
rush. When does the war start? Soon, the other lawyers will show up with the other will. Should be fascinating. Thanks for your time, Mr. Amberg. Here's my card. Jake left his business card and a $5 bill on the table and hurried out. He sat in his car for a moment, thinking, trying to collect his thoughts and get his mind focused on a contested estate worth $20 million. A year earlier, Clanton had gossiped its way through a lawsuit over an insurance policy covering a fertilizer plant that had mysteriously burned to the ground. Its owner was a local shyster named Bobby Carl Leach, a shifty operator with a history of burned buildings and lawsuits. Fortunately, Jake was not involved in the litigation. He avoided Leach at all costs. But during the trial, it was revealed that Leach had a net worth of about $4 million. There was nothing liquid about his balance sheet, but when his liabilities were subtracted from his assets, there was an impressive figure for his equity. This has led to countless discussions and arguments over who exactly was the richest person in Fort County. The debates had raged over early morning coffee around the square, and in bars where bankers met after hours, and throughout the courthouse, where lawyers huddled to exaggerate the latest testimony. All over town, literally. Bobby Carl, with $4 million, was certainly at the top of the list. The Wilbanks clan would have been,
In
had
1
Lucian not
mile,
squandered
keep
the family
left to
fortune decades
I-95
earlier.
North.
Several farmers were mentioned, but only out of habit. They had family money, which by the late 1980s meant they owned sections of land, but struggled to pay their bills. A man named Willie Traynor had sold the Ford County Times 8 years earlier for $1.5 million, and there were rumors he had doubled his money in the stock market. However, few rumors about Willie had ever been taken seriously. A 98-year-old woman held bank stock worth $6 million,